Welcome back to another episode of Final Fantasy VIII The Fashion Simulator, where we take a look at the costume design of Final Fantasy VIII and explore what each outfit can tell us about the characters and their place in the world. If you need a refresher on last week's video, or if you're just completely new here and want to know where Squall is, you can click here to catch up on part 1. Last time, we really focused on the boys, with an honourable mention to everyone's favourite instructor. Today, we're doing it for the girls, and also Laguna. Starting with the it girl of Delling City herself, Rinoa Heartley. Rinoa's signature colour is, obviously, bright blue. This colour blue is really similar to the sky in the opening cutscene. That sky is associated with hopefulness and optimism, the start of a new day. We see it at the beginning of the game, and then again when Rinoa and Squall escape from time compression, marking the dawn of a new world. That blue sky is tied to Rinoa throughout the game. She also has this sense of optimism, this enduring faith that gives Squall hope and confidence. The other thing about this blue colour is that it contrasts the colours associated with luxury and wealth. The very first time we see Rinoa is in this opulent pink room in Timber. When we visit Caraway Mansion, there are similar muted pink tones with gold accents. But Rinoa's blue colour is striking against them, and she doesn't incorporate any of these colours in her own outfit. This might be a world that Rinoa is used to, but it isn't a world in which she would like to belong. Rinoa's standout design feature is her long, sleeveless cardigan. It's an interesting style choice, because I think it tells two different stories depending on where you are in the game. The first time you play, it might seem that this long blue cape is rather cumbersome for somebody attempting to climb a train and kidnap the president. It's long, it gets in the way, it's cute but unnecessary, which is what a lot of people think about Rinoa, at least at first. But underneath the cardigan are practical, sporty, comfortable clothes. Athletic shorts that are cut off at the knee, a short skirt for freedom of movement, combat boots, and a black tank top. Underneath this ostentatious exterior is somebody willing to get down to business. However, in the second half of the game, this cardigan is revealed to have a different sort of meaning. On the back are a pair of white wings. This is important because all of the sorceresses have wing-shaped markings on their back. Adele has these black metallic wires, Ultimecia has huge dark wings, and Sorceress Adia has her golden frame and flowing white fabric. So this hints early on that Rinoa is a sorceress, the white colour suggesting that she might be a good sorceress. But each sorceress also has a long flowing cape or train, revealing Rinoa's long cardigan to be another piece of foreshadowing. Rinoa also wears a silver ring on a necklace, assumed by many to be Julia's wedding ring, and a black tie around her arm. Wearing black tied around the arm is a symbol of mourning. According to Sheila Knight, this is her way of mourning Zone and Watts' fathers. Something else I want to point out, and bear with me here, is how Rinoa's hair matches her dog, Angelo. Rinoa's dark hair with light brown highlights matches Angelo's brown and black fur. In classical art and literature, dogs often symbolised unconditional love, fidelity, and loyalty. Artists would often depict a dog sitting beside or touching a person who was considered virtuous. Having Rinoa and Angelo so closely connected shows that these traits are also in Rinoa. Rinoa is capable of unconditional love and loyalty, just as Angelo is faithfully loyal to Rinoa. Of course, we also have to talk about Rinoa's formal dress at the Seed Ball. Some people have argued that this dress is cream, but to me, it's an obvious light yellow. Either way, the pale colour contrasts with the harsh gold light of the ballroom, making it look like Rinoa is almost glowing, mimicking the soft colour of the moon and stars outside. It's flowy, it's fun, and the halter neckline is cute, but very closed off, especially compared to the neckline on Rinoa's casual outfit. Rinoa hasn't come to this ball to dance. She's here on a mission, and she's keeping her cards close to her chest. But the most interesting thing about this dress is the fact that the neckline is very similar to the dress worn by Julia Heartley. Julia wears this halter neck dress on the night that she meets Laguna Loire, a meeting that would change the course of both their lives and the lives of their children. Rinoa wears her halter neck dress on the night that she meets Squall for the very first time. Their meeting will also change both of their lives, but it will also end up breaking the cycle that Julia and Laguna started all those years ago in Delling City. Laguna's costume design screams action hero. It was designed to resemble a typical Final Fantasy protagonist, as Namra was concerned that Squall's outfit was too much of a change. Laguna's outfit is much more colourful than Squall's, with a strong royal blue and warm reddish-brown colour scheme not too dissimilar to Zell's, echoing the bold, strong colours of a fun-loving shonen hero, albeit in a more mature way. Despite his laid-back attitude, Laguna's clothing shows that he's a military man at heart. His silver dog tags, the trousers tucked into his high boots, the high-necked collar and raised detailed shoulders on his jacket, which we've seen before, are very regimented in style. And yet, Laguna never comes off as authoritarian or dangerous. His sleeves are rolled up above his elbow, and their almost yellow colour makes the cuffs look worn and discoloured, making him seem more open and amiable, but also showing that he's lived a life well travelled. When paired with the burgundy brown of his trousers and boots, his open jacket, and his loose, immaculately kept flowing hair, Laguna's design looks so casual and approachable that it offsets the impact of the giant machine gun that he carries with him everywhere. When we see Laguna as an older man, his outfit is much more relaxed and casual. His shirt is loose and untucked, with a softer low collar open at the neck. His trousers are loose and slightly wrinkled. The embellishments on his outfit are gone, as are the brown sturdy boots, replaced with open-toed sandals. The only fragment of Laguna's former design are the dog tags. His time in the military has stayed with him. This outfit is also more muted in colour. The strong royal blue and warm reddish brown have waned into a soft pastel blue and a light tan. Laguna has mellowed out with age, and the thirst for adventure that once motivated him is gone. In its place is an older man who now has a desire for a more peaceful life. Selphie's style is simple but effective. Her signature yellow mini A-line dress is perfect for somebody as bright, peppy, and confident as Selphie. It's a very strong yellow too, reflecting the intense cheerfulness of Selphie's personality, almost like sunshine personified. The silver buckled straps look more like the straps of dungarees, giving the outfit a more playful, childish air. It might look impractical for combat, but the dress gives Selphie a lot of freedom of movement. It's also paired with simple brown boots. While Selphie can come across as loud and silly, she's still quite practical, certainly enough to be a competent seed. The colour of Selphie's dress also matches the Trebia Garden emblem, another way that she represents her beloved school when she's far from home, and shows her continuous devotion to Trebia. Her spiky flipped bob is bang on trend for the late 1990s. It's fun, quirky, and a little bit out there, complementing her fun-loving personality. However, Tetsuya Nomura allegedly chose this style, specifically because he thought it was a hairstyle that would be improper to have in real life. But come on, how could something so adorable ever be improper? Ellenie's outfit is a great example of visual storytelling through fashion. As a little girl, Ellenie wears a short-sleeved blue dress with a light collar and yellow shoes. The dress is just above the knee and it's loose and flowy, the perfect cut and style for a little girl who is always running around. One thing to notice straight away is the colour of Ellenie's dress, sky blue, very similar to Rinoa. As mentioned before, this colour blue represents hope, optimism and new beginnings, the dawn of a new day. Ellenie, from her first appearance, is a beacon of optimism for Laguna and later Squall, and both men's lives are altered forever after losing her. For most people Ellenie meets throughout her life, she is the catalyst of a new beginning, even for Sorceress Adele, who wanted Ellenie to be her replacement. So it's no surprise that Ellenie's adult outfit is very similar in colour and shape. Adult Ellenie wears a zip-up ribbed top with a larger white collar, paired with a long off-white maxi skirt and a green shawl. Her top is the same blue as before, but more mature in style, with a ribbed material and more open neckline. The skirt and shawl add elegance to Ellenie's outfit, giving her a more mature and demure air than we would normally see in a 21 or 22-year-old. You can tell that Ellenie has spent a lot of time around Adia Kramer. Her matronly fashion is carried through in Ellenie's style. The off-white skirt mimics both the structure of Adia Kramer's dress, but also looks somewhat like an apron, again adding to this motherly image. The green shawl is my personal favourite element of Ellenie's design, because I think it says a lot about her position as an adult. The shawl is impractical. It's thin and carried low near her back. Decorative shawls of this style are usually associated with evening wear, so it adds to that sense of elegance, but it also shows us that Ellenie has lived a very stationary life. The shawl is awkward to carry and serves no purpose, but Ellenie has lived such a sheltered life on the White Seed ship that dressing for freedom of movement would never occur to her. Her long skirt is also very restrictive, again showing that Ellenie has not needed to be active for a very long time. but the final cutscene of the game is where her outfit truly shines. The bright blue sky, white clouds, and rolling green hills of Win Hill are an exact colour match to Ellone's outfit. Only here, back in her village, does Ellone really blend in and truly belong. The final time we see Ellone is her return to Win Hill and her reunion with Laguna, as they watch the garden fly overhead in that bright blue sky, the dawn of a new day, the return of hope and optimism, and the return of Ellone to her rightful home. Thank you for watching, and big shout out to those of you who made it through part 1 and part 2. You're the best. If you'd like to watch another of my costume videos, you can check out the very first video I ever made on this channel, how Final Fantasy VIII uses costume to sell its villains. The audio quality is terrifying, but if you'd like to hear my take on how Final Fantasy VIII uses social, political, religious, and colour themes to build our impression of Cypher and the sorceresses, then it's the video for you. Thanks again for watching. And remember, if you think the outfit you're wearing has too many belts, it just means you could do with adding 4 more. Bye!